and we are on with a new rant on something that I always kind of contemplate on, which is, let's say, like the not necessarily the moral aspect of it, but also like the satisfaction and the value that you would put or even get from winning in certain circumstances. So my previous video was about like a huge big rant on PEDs and steroids and stuff like that. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend that you do. And this is kind of like a bit of a spin-off from that, so it's not exactly a follow-up, but very early on in the beginning of any discussion about PEDs, you have the moral aspect, right, which kind of tends to be the same all over the place. Like, it's immoral because you're cheating, and if you're cheating, what good does it do to win by cheating? And it kind of devalues the whole thing. And even like officially, I mean, not just morally but also officially, athletes who are being caught get stripped away from their titles, their medals, get suspensions, bans and whatever. But we are looking at and again, just to make my point clear, this is not about blaming, but this is also not about condoning. It's like an open discussion and debate and rant in general, I guess you could call it. Personally, I'm still and will always still be extremely bothered with the existence of the PEDs and with the usage and all of those aspects, but I'm just asking myself every now and then, like, if we devalue a win, just because of using steroids or whatever, PEDs, which gives you a competitive edge and secures the win at the end of the day. If we devalue this, which I'm totally understanding it, but if we do this, then where do we draw the line when it comes to, let's say, borderline gray or shady areas of gaining that competitive edge? Because a lot of things that are not just PD abuses or usage or whatever, such as, I'm not sure, uncaught fouls by the referee or the commission, with the cameras and whatever. So you have severe fouls that actually decided the outcome of the match and secured titles for some guys. And had it not been for those intentional or whatever fouls that were uncaught, the situation and the placement would have been different. You can have not just fouls like elbow fouls, but you can have like false starts. You can have I'm not sure. You can have cheating in the grip. And we all know that there's this like huge gray area which you cannot pinpoint on the left side or the right side with how fair the rules are and how strict the referees are. So you will always kind of have some competitive edge if you play your cards right and if you exploit not just loopholes in the rule book, but also if you exploit circumstance and situation and the referee's attention span and whatever. And at the end of the day, I guess what it boils down to is if you can get away with it. So that's why I want to tie it in with the whole PED talk, because like if you can get away with using PEDs and because of that you are not getting caught, you still keep your medals, you keep your placings, you're kind of influencing severely the outcome of you know a competition, and also the overall placing in the world, and what future events, how future events will be organized, how different super matches and vendettas will be paired up and stuff like that. If you're getting on caught with using substances that give you this leverage, isn't it kind of like the same thing if you're not being caught by cheating in all of those different areas that I talked about, and possibly even more that are not coming to me right now on the spot? But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, where do we draw the line when it comes to winning by cheating or going slightly against the rules or bending the rules and not getting caught in doing so? For example, morally, let's say, I'm not sure, not maybe, for sure, there are guys who are using PEDs and they're winning, and whether they fully know that it's because of the PEDs and they just don't care and they're actually super proud, or they've even convinced themselves that it's not because of the PEDs, or they're kind of like able to shut their brain off when it comes to like having this self-reflection and introspection, and they kind of just choose to put it under the carpet and never speak about it also with themselves, not just with the general public, but they kind of ignore this and go along. And probably there are a lot of people who are kind of like winning and they're happy on the outside, but they are very self-aware of the fact that they would probably not be where they are if it wouldn't have been for the substances and whatever. But in this case, do you feel the same if you know that you became world champion, or you took the podium, or whatever achievement you had, knowing fair and square that you cheated, or maybe you didn't do it voluntarily, but you will later see it on the camera that you kind of had like a massive elbow hop. The referee did not catch it, and with this elbow hop you were able to turn from a losing position to like a winning position, and a few seconds later you won the match. Like, how do you deal with that thing internally? Do you just put it as a mixed pot and it's all part of the game, so you just choose to ignore it because ignorance is bliss, and you're trying to focus on the positive aspect of your achievements and whatever, and you turn a blind eye to all of these things? Or do you obsess with the fact that most of your wins are not fair and square, and also most of your losses are not fair and square, and now you're disappointed either way? Like, if you're losing due to your opponent using stuff, or cheating, or not getting caught with fouls and false starts and all those things, now you're disappointed because you lost due to those things. And also when you're winning, you're later discovering that you won, although you committed some severe fouls and whatever, and they were not caught. So basically there's no right or wrong answer about this. I just wanted to rant a little bit on this topic, just expose my whole train of thought. And now I want to engage you guys into the discussion and ask you, whether it's down in the comment section below, or you can make video responses and whatever. I just want to keep this conversation going for a little bit, because I want to know how you do feel if you are really into the game, or how would you feel if you would be in the game, because probably a lot of you are also, some of you are active, some of you are just fans of the sport without actually competing, but regardless of that, we're all humans, and I just want to know how you would mentally place yourself in these things. So, would you be super happy and wouldn't give a fuck about anything, and you, as long as you're not getting caught, you're the man? Or are you bothered by this? And if you're bothered by this, are you bothered only by substances, or are you bothered also by bending the rules and not getting caught with these things? Are you bothered only when you're losing, or also are you obsessing also when you're winning and you know that it wasn't a fair win? Let me know what you guys think, because I'm really curious. For me, the stance is very complex. I'm probably leaning towards the end of the spectrum where I'm actually. I kind of tend to be like this type of guy who would be discontent. I mean, I'd be disappointed and bothered either way. If I would lose to someone who's gaining, the competitive edge by immoral means, or he's not getting caught, even if he's doing it, unintentionally on the table. Because there's no such thing as using substances unintentional, unless someone is secretly putting things into your drink for the past 5 years or whatever. So no such thing there. But I'd probably be extremely pissed knowing that I'm losing due to such circumstances, and also I'd be super pissed and feel unworthy knowing that I won. Well, not with PEDs because I'd never do them, but with even with the whole rule thing that I talked about. So yeah, I'm a bit of a square when it comes to these, but obviously not all of you are. Some of you are at the polar opposite. Not blaming. I just want to know where you guys stand. So please feel free and leave your comments down below. I'm fairly interested in your opinion, no matter where you are in the spectrum. No guilt or whatever whatsoever. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I'm waiting for your replies, and hopefully we can have a good conversation going on. So until next time, see you.